Tree of life. Tree of life, tree of life. Many people think of the tree of life as something of their own doing. The tree of life, really, it's just comical. It is something alchemical. Veins of our existence. Veins just like coming out of a tree. What can you know? What do you know? Right? Well, different religions and beliefs, even regarding Christianity, would be something more like, because you see the tree symbolism in so many different religions and beliefs. And I think the tree symbolism can mean different things for different people, different sects of individuals. And you have to ask yourself, what does the tree mean to you? You see the tree in alchemy, you see the tree in, things like Buddhism and all these other beliefs. Because different religions have different sects of symbolism that are shown throughout the books, the practices, everything else. The tree can be applied, obviously, yes, to spiritualism, any spiritualism, if you want to put it down. Think about it. The tree can be formed to be, and this is like, it's like my own personal thing, it's different characteristics of something. Characteristics of different properties and proportions laid out. Acts of kindness, acts of love, in every way throughout every way you could think of different types of love, regardless if it would be physical, whatever your love language may be. The tree really comes down to different things, its characteristics to me and traits of being, solid traits of being, personality, really coming down to acts of doing, but also with the source and sustainability between it all of belief and what your belief is rooted in. So the tree basically is the characteristics of an individual. And yeah, personality is one thing, but it's really just, it boils down to the characteristics of, it's like what is the intentions of the human heart, that gives an individual their grounds of being, their grounds of existence, of who they are, of who the person is, personality, everything, but really the traits of their characteristic, basically. Meekness, and then we go kindness, love, your patience, your long suffering, who you are, and these are the acts of who this person, maybe not in their imperfections or wrongdoing, but the person they're really just trying to be in it. Not really outperform, but the person that they're seeking to be, most of all. Because it would really, in the end, count for something. And who they're really seeking as the source of the direction they're headed, to the person they're trying to be, because human beings and humanity in our own ways, our own bodies, we're all seeking that higher source, the higher power, higher sustainability, higher being that actually outperforms the human person in general, the human man. It's like, if you think about it, it's almost like a car trying to outperform itself, as in outperform itself, the hydraulics to the human being, the hydraulics to the human nature, but it would come obviously, yes, from a higher source. So the hydraulics are placed down to the human being to make them and give them better characteristics than what they already have, because they already are living in a fallen state, fallen nature, a fallen existence with fallen characteristics that make them flawed, and even more flawed, and flawed. The true symbolism give human nature something to rely on, something to gravitate towards, something to look forward to, that one cannot deny, unless they're denying their own existence. Give yourself something meaningful, something that has no backlash. Once you are gravitating towards it, it will show, it will give you no backlash, it will give you no punishments. Only, just really, the only punishments that come from are people that don't understand it. Because really, just a tree, like I said, it's just the new characteristics we are taking on within our fallen existence, our fallen state, our fallen everything about us as humanity and as human beings. So imagine the tree, like take the trunks, for example, the tree trunks, the arms, the legs, whatever, is a different trait, and it's a different characteristics you take on. So whatever it may be, you can take on each one of these. and apply it into your own life. Apply these characteristics into your own road, your own way of thinking, believing. Something you believe in, something you're gravitating towards, something that you see to be true. And even regardless if anyone else sees it or not, that's besides the point. Because the tree, besides the arms and the legs of it, as in the characteristics, the tree itself, basically you can see it as perfection, a perfect existing being. Just God, think of God, the capital G God, not the lowercase g. You think of God as the tree, the arms, legs, everything, every good characteristics that is not flawed, applied into our own self, because we're still working up to perfection, even though we will never be perfected, or we will never be perfect. The tree is represented as the perfect being, the perfect creature, the perfect existence, the perfect the hydraulics given to us to be perfected out of our fallen man, our fallen state, our fallen being, our fallen creature, our fallen souls, spirits, everything. Everything that is wrong and perfect is perfected through the tree. With the tree, the arms, the legs, the tree itself is every trait the higher being has, the higher God has. Capital G, higher case, not the lowercase, but G. Whatever you may find God to be in your own life. My belief is, regardless of how you view the tree and take the tree on, my view of the tree is the perfected human being, the perfected man, the perfected woman. Humanity is itself perfected out of their old ways and into the new ways, out of their old person and into the new person, the old being into the new being, the new creature. The old creature, the old being has died, and we are birthed again. You know, some people would call it a born again awakening or born again experience. Especially in things like Christianity. Some it's immediate, some it takes more time. Because like I have stated in other things, everything goes back to the bloodlines. Going into a more thing, whether it be good or bad, but the pedigree table of the bloodline of the family tree gives and shows that some people have more demons than others going into the existence of the bloodlines. But regardless if you believe it's hybrid bloodlines or not, the tree is the most beautiful. I think of it as the most beautiful part because it's the perfection and perfected person seeking after each part of the tree, characteristic, the arm, the leg, whatever it may be. And you finally reach, and you keep going after this to the point until you go into the next life and you are not seeking nirvana. It's nothing to do with nirvana. It's just perfection. It's the perfect, unflawed person. And you only really reach that perfection after you keep working towards it, but you don't fully reach it until after you die and you are rebirthed fully into the new you. After, as in the full part of this tree, taking on all the traits of this tree. After you die and reawaken back through the water, back through the H2O, back through your fullness and wholeness in the afterlife. Very nice. And yes, water and dying. Just like as you water plants, the tree has to be watered. And the water, and really the nourishment, the liquid nourishment is the water. From the time we are born in water, liquid in our mother's womb, to a baptism, to death. Water is like the 3-in-1, but with the tree would come the perfection. As long as you are seeking the perfect, unflawed humanity, the perfect, unflawed person, man, woman. The tree is the symbolism, is the lesson, is the thing we gravitate towards for the unflawed self. Because the tree should be a reminder of the unflawed self, of taking all the characteristics and how we feel, because we feel a lot as people, as humans, is besides the point. The point of this is taking off the old us and putting on the new, taking on the new characteristics, maybe even a new personality if it's intended that way, then so be it. But really it's just the characteristics. But many would not see the tree because many don't see the unflawed self. And if you are the type of individual that does not see the unflawed self, you will not be able to see and visualize the tree. Many don't see the tree. And even if they did see the tree, they still don't see the meaning. They don't see it as sustenance, meaning something to gravitate towards, away from the unflawed self into the new you and I. Rebirthing and reborn into the new being that will eventually exist, perfect and unflawed, in the next life. Not seeking nirvana, but seeking the new us, seeking The tree, because the tree again is a reminder of the perfected self. Regardless if you find this, see it in alchemy or whatever, Christianity, but I don't really take on the belief that all roads lead to God, because many beliefs don't see that we are in a fallen state. So I do not take on the belief that all roads lead to God or heaven, but I do take on the belief that we do make choices every day and we all have our own free wills. Just know the tree itself is the perfected humanity, the perfected being to exist in existence, and therefore is a reminder of what we all can become. Fire and ice. Till next time.